Hi guys, Freddy here. Welcome back to the desktop for another retro RPG. And this week I would like to present this Deadlands Hell on Earth, The Wasted West, the 1998 sourcebook for Deadlands Hell on Earth, the post-apocalyptic expansion to the original Deadlands The Weird West game. Now, this is the sourcebook which came out at the same time as the main rulebook, and I've covered the main rulebook before on one of the retro RPGs. And this, although it's similar to the idea of having to get the Player's Handbook and Dungeon Master's Guide for Dungeons & Dragons, it's actually more like the original first edition Star Wars, where you can buy the rulebook and you can buy a sourcebook separately, and you can play it just using the rulebook, but you're going to have problems. You pretty much need the expansion, the sourcebook, and that's what the Wasted West is. While the original Hell on Earth rulebook does cover the game world, this goes into a lot more detail. And it's a lovely game world. I always did like post-apocalyptic games and setups, but this really is an interesting spin on it, with magic thrown into the mix and a very Western feel to it. But let's have a look at the back cover. So, Deadlands, How the West Was Lost. Maybe you know about Deadlands Hell on Earth, the worst possible future for the award-winning Deadlands The Weird West role-playing game. Maybe you heard about the way the cities of the West and the world were bombed back into the Stone Age during the now legendary Last War. Maybe you think you got a handle on the truth, what really happened, about exactly how it all went bad. Well, you're flat out wrong. Lucky for you, Brainer, we've got the straight dope right here between two toxic green covers. The Wasted West is packed full, so full we had to add an extra 16 pages for free, with new rules for Deadlands Hell on Earth, including things ranging from witches, spells to powered armor, not to mention a pastel of new edges, hindrances, full-color archetypes, and gear to whip your hero into the kind of waster that actually stands a chance of surviving the post-apocalyptic age. There's also Joe's Journal, a first-hand account of the Wasted West, straight from a Templar who's literally dying to tell you all about it. It's required reading for all any wasteland warrior worth his mill rats, as long as he's interested in seeing tomorrow. And that's what it is. There's a lot of extra rules in here. If we flick open the cover, introduction, posse territory, a very brief contents there, the Hell on Earth companion. So we've got some new rules. You know, double tap, magical aid, radiation damage, traveling the Wasted West, new edges, so arcane background, witch, berserk, don't get them killed, don't get them riled, sorry, hardy, librarian, omega man, veteran of the Weird West, new hindrances, minor mutation, mute, rad tolerant, and we're on to weapons. So this fleshes out the main rulebook a bit, just giving you new edges, flaws, and equipment here. So you'll see a nice Thunderer pistol, a big automatic magnum, Hillstrom Industries Blazer submachine gun, Heckler & Koch MP20. What else we got? A sniper rifle of some kind there. Portable support weapons, different high-tech weapons. What's that? Infantry rifle did not rely on chemical propellants. We've got special ammo. Just fleshing out all the areas, just stuff they couldn't fit into the main rulebook. And that's very nice. Very handy. So much very standard for a sourcebook. Powered armor, we go into the details of that. Medicine cabinet, different drugs. And then we've got some archetypes. And I've always loved the archetypes in Deadlands. So we've got a kid. You can roleplay just being a wee kid with a gun. Nobody mess with me. A librarian trying to bring knowledge back, find all the books which have been lost during the nuclear war. A pit fighter. A renegade black hat. A postman. Somebody just trying to carry on delivering the mail and keep America in communication. A Sawbones. I love the look of that. It's so psycho. The blood-stained robes, the scalpels on Freddy Krueger light gloves. It's quite horrific. A Scavenger and the Witch, which is the new addition to the rulebook. Scenes from Wasted West. So we've got some nice plates here, a map, the cavalry fighting monsters, a barbarian sort with a club, baseball bat with spikes through it, a robot fighting a heroic sheriff, I guess, a law dog with his pistol, initiating reboot sequence. So we're on to Joe's journal, and basically this is a more detailed guide to the world. It details things about the history, how the actual war happened, the lead up to it, big battles afterwards. You know, we've got Crashed Air Force One there, the demons, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, which actually roamed the world, General Throckmorton, madman in chief of the Combine. So we've got robots wandering the world, and we detail all that. The cities, the Mason-Dixon Wall, Carson City. So we're going through all different places. Area 51, Jones Silo, Junkyard, the Omega Knights. Just detailing lots and lots of background, lots of ideas for you to use in your adventures. I really like it. It's actually a good read. The background's really interesting, and the story style that Joe's journal puts to it is really enjoyable. Daimyo of Portland, Leavenworth, and like I said, just fleshing out the world. SeaTac, so Seattle, Tacoma, High Plains. What else we got here? Denver. Don't go there. That's all you need to know about Denver. Okay, you're obviously not listening. No one ever does. Denver is the home of the Combine. Devil's Tower. As it looks today, the wonder of the nature caught a city buster in the last war, but most of it survived or grew back. So we've got the magical nature of things, where nature's recovering through the magic of Americas. And it ends with Jo, who's writing it, coughing up blood and dying. It's her last will and testament type thing, where she's explaining about the world to new players, or new people to the world. We've got Relics of the Wasted West. So we detail the witches. I especially like the How to Serve Your Man. It's obviously a play on the Twilight Zone episode, How to Serve Man. It's a cookbook. What else we got? We've got the spells here. I'm into the Marshal's Handbook, so a guide to the Wasted West. We've got details of new gear, details of advantages here, drinking spook juice. It goes through Joe's journal, actually telling you the truth, because obviously she's a character in the world, so she doesn't actually know what's going on in detailed truth. She's only got her in-universe view of it. Goes through all the sections of it, talking about how the weather has changed, because you've now actually got demons in the atmosphere, so a rainstorm actually can rain down toxic magical goo on you and actually contain demons which will tear you apart. Dust Devils. There we go. Fort 51. Jones Silo. The Omega Knights. Just going through everything in her journal and telling you what actually is the truth of the matters. The artwork, as always with Deadlands, is lovely. I find it very evocative. These are amongst the nicest illustrated books, although obviously the broken font there messed me up earlier when I was misreading something. So that perhaps could have been improved upon. And we're getting towards the end here, and we're just going through the last few parts of Joe's journal and detailing a few creatures. So we've got swamp boats, so we've got river rats, the River Watch. We're on to Phoenix, the Esmart Overlord. And then we're on to Abominations of the Wasted West, Dust Devils, Nosferatu, Raiders, Rattlers, Salamanders, Wendigos, Wolflings, Wormlings, Worker Worms, Wormling Warriors. And finishing with a Mama Worm, so big creatures which live under the ground. And that is Deadlands, The Wasted West. It's a really nice setting. I loved what they did with it. I much preferred it to the original Deadlands, the Weird West, because I'm not actually that much into cowboys, but the particular twist of post-apocalyptic cowboys with magic interwoven with it, I really liked. It reminded me a lot of Shadowrun, the way it mashed up genres, but with its own really interesting spin on it. Anyway, as always, many thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. But most of all, you look after yourselves, and I'll catch you later. Bye now.